proudly present women wrestling wars.
Yes, sir,
In this
we promised
ongoing
you a great
series,
main
we
event
delve
here
into the
tonight.
enthralling world of WWE, dissecting the thrilling segments and matches from Raw, ECW, and SmackDown on a week-by-week basis. Our ultimate goal is to determine which brand consistently delivered the most riveting and entertaining content. Backstage on Raw, Jeff Hardy is painting a wall white. Maria shows up and asks what's going on. Jeff responds that he's watching Melina and John Morrison's press conference from last week. Jeff leaves Maria with the brush and heads to the ring. Intercontinental title match, Johnny Nitro with Melina versus Jeff Hardy. The match kicked off with Johnny Nitro quickly taking the offensive, hitting a dropkick and a single leg takedown, both resulting in near falls. Jeff Hardy countered with a series of roll-ups and a backslide, frustrating Nitro. Hardy then delivered a mule kick that sent Nitro tumbling to the outside. Upon returning, Nitro had Hardy in a chinlock during the break. Hardy's dive attempt was countered by a dropkick. Nitro maintained control, dragging Hardy by the hair into a backbreaker for a 2 count, and followed with some punches. The crowd loudly chanted Nitro sucks as he focused his attacks on Hardy's backs and a back suplex for another near fall. Hardy attempted to fight back, but Nitro persistently targeted his spine. After missing a breakdancing leg drop due to arguing with referee Jack Doan, Hardy managed to hit a jawbreaker. However, Nitro quickly responded with a hot shot, much to Melina's delight. Nitro then executed another backbreaker and a Russian leg sweep, both for near falls, continuing his focus on Hardy's back. Nitro applied a bear hug, slowing the pace of the match. He attempted a superplex, but the spot was mistimed, allowing Hardy to escape and hit an electric chair drop. Both competitors stayed down, selling the impact. Hardy then executed his own Russian leg sweep and a double leg pin for a 2 count. Nitro tried a crossbody, but Hardy rolled through for another near fall. Hardy missed a dropkick, enabling Nitro to hit a standing shooting star press for a 2 count. Hardy then connected with the Whisper in the Wind for another near fall. Climbing the ropes for a potential finish, Hardy was knocked down by Nitro barging into the ropes. Despite this, Hardy managed to hit a twist of fate. As Hardy seemed poised to win, Melina interfered, and causing a disqualification. To get a measure of revenge, Jeff Hardy delivered a swanton bomb on Nitro's back, leaving the champion writhing in pain as the segment concluded. As Trish Stratus walked through the backstage area, she bumped into Lita, who wasted no time mocking her.
You off to go make your big announcement? Ooh, so important. Trish.
Yeah.
Trish, unfazed, informed Lita that she was planning to call out the
ho! You're so hilarious, Trish.
No, I was just gonna say hometown girl. Just bring it, bitch.
into a scuffle between the two. Carlito rushed in, attempting to play peacemaker, but the situation only intensified when Randy Orton blindsided Carlito with an attack. The chaos suggested the possibility of a mixed tag team match. In the midst of Lita's trademark furious outburst, she ignored Coach's advice and knocked on Mr. McMahon's door. Shane McMahon emerged, and Lita demanded action.
Just rectify it. Fix it. Fix it, please.
Shane, always ready to stir the pot, booked the mixed tag team match.
Oh, you think I'm just teaming up with any boy in the locker room?
Lita insisted on including Edge, leading Shane to add John Cena to the match as well. Chris Masters came to the ring, proclaiming himself leaner and meaner. Meanwhile, we cut backstage to Maria, who was humorously yawning while still watching paint dry. In a quick match, Super Crazy emerged victorious over Chris Masters with a spectacular moonsault. The camera then cut back to Maria, who was still watching the paint dry, continuing the comedic theme. In a triple threat tag team match, Highlanders versus Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch versus Viscera and Charlie Haas. Throughout the contest, we were reminded of the ongoing gag as Maria was still shown watching the paint dry. Backstage, Carlito expressed his frustration with Randy Orton, declaring that he was sick of Orton's antics.
What has Randy Orton done since he's been back on Raw? Do this? The hell is this?
Carlito confidently proclaimed himself the king of disrespect and vowed to spit in Orton's face tonight.
Randy Orton's a fraud.
The Kiss Cam segment, hosted by Maria, kicked off with her usual enthusiasm. The crowd was in high spirits, eagerly anticipating who would be featured next. Suddenly, Ric Flair's music hit, and the Nature Boy himself strutted out to the ring, adding to the fun atmosphere. Flair, ever the showman, expressed his admiration for Maria and asked for a kiss. With a playful smile, Maria leaned in and gave Flair a kiss. True to his flamboyant nature, Flair sold the moment with a dramatic face bump, eliciting laughter and cheers from the crowd. Six-person tag team match, Edge, Randy Orton, and Lita versus John Cena, Carlito, and Trish Stratus. The match began with Randy Orton and Cena squaring off. Orton got the early advantage, but Cena quickly countered with the throwback for a near fall. Carlito tagged in to go after Orton, leading to a fast-paced slugfest. Orton, using his cunning, thumped Carlito's eye and tagged in Edge. Carlito responded with a dropkick. Cena tagged back in, causing Edge to retreat and tag in Lita. Trish Stratus eagerly tagged in and immediately went after Lita, pounding her down in the corner. Lita countered with a clothesline, but Trish quickly turned it around with a schoolgirl pin for a 2 count. Trish then slapped Orton, provoking him to enter the ring, which led to all the faces piling in and scaring off the heels. We returned to find Lita chinlocking Trish. Trish managed to hit a nice neckbreaker and tagged in Carlito. Carlito and Orton resumed their battle, with Carlito hitting a Mr. Wrestling 2 knee lift and a springboard back elbow. Carlito's momentum was cut short when Orton threw him out of the ring, allowing Edge and Lita to attack him. Edge then entered the ring, doing jumping jacks to taunt Cena. Edge hit a great standing dropkick and a corner spear, and Orton came in to boot Carlito in the ribs. Cena, frustrated, tried to help but ended up distracting the referee, allowing the heels to triple team Carlito. Despite this, Carlito mounted a brief comeback, only to be booted by Edge and clotheslined for another near fall. Lita tagged in to give Carlito a few kicks, but it didn't last long. Orton resumed the beating, using the ropes for leverage as Edge choked Carlito. Cena was visibly upset, not appreciating the underhanded tactics. Carlito fought back with an enzouajiri on Orton, setting up a hot tag opportunity. However, Edge pulled Cena off the apron, preventing the tag. Trish tagged in instead and took Lita down. The match broke down into chaos as everyone brawled around the ring. Lita hit a snap suplex on Trish, but Trish countered with the Stratosphere. She prepared for the chick kick, but Orton intercepted with an RKO, leaving Trish prone for Lita to pin her. ECW, Sabu and Rob Van Dam vs. Test and Mike Knox with Kelly Kelly. The action kicked off with Mike Knox taking down Sabu, but Sabu quickly countered and pointed to the sky in signature fashion. They locked up again, with Knox getting in a knee to the gut and delivering a series of punches in the corner. Sabu countered a charging Knox and nailed a clothesline off the top rope. Rob Van Dam tagged in, but Knox pounded him to the mat. Outside the ring, Sabu set up a table as Knox continued his assault inside. Knox nailed an elbow for a 1 count and tagged in Test. Test hit a clothesline in the corner, but Van Dam fought back with an Irish whip followed by a spin kick in the corner. Van Dam nailed the Rolling Thunder, and Sabu followed up with a somersault splash. Van Dam covered Test, but Test kicked out after 2. Van Dam then took flight, diving onto Knox outside the ring. Meanwhile, inside the ring, Test picked up Sabu, but Van Dam broke it up. Rob fought off both Test and Knox, leading all 3 men to the apron. Sabu re-entered the ring, set up a chair, jumped off it, and sent all 3 men crashing through the table outside. We returned to find Sabu and Test back in the ring. Test was down, and Sabu set up a chair, but Test countered with a drop toe hold into the chair for a 2 count. Van Dam re-entered, hitting a dropkick to the face with the chair. Van Dam climbed to the top rope, but Knox struck him with a chair. Knox nailed a superplex, but Sabu quickly re-entered and hit Knox with a chair. Sabu applied the camel clutch, holding a chair over Knox's face, and RVD hit a dropkick into the chair. Test broke up the cover. Test kicked out of the triple jump moonsault, and Sabu slid another table into the ring. Van Dam helped him set it up, but Knox fought them off momentarily. Sabu threw a chair into Knox's face, placing him on the table. Van Dam climbed 1 turnbuckle as Sabu climbed another. Van Dam nailed the 5-star frog splash while Sabu the diving leg drop, but it was enough to secure the pinfall victory. We return to find Kevin Thorn asking Ariel, "What do the cards have in store for us?" Ariel, with a seductive smile, answers cryptically,
Sexual.
Brawl's Mahoney vs. Steven Richards. Kevin Thorn and Ariel make their way to ringside to watch the match. Ariel, draped over Joey Styles, flirts with him, flashing her fangs and leaving Joey visibly scared. The bell rings, Steven Richards takes the early advantage, hitting a neckbreaker for a near fall. Richards continues his offense, but Balls fights out of a chinlock with a burst of energy. Balls hits a spinning elbow and follows up with the Balls combo, landing a strike on Kevin Thorn at ringside. Ariel distracts the referee, allowing Richards to deliver a low blow to Balls. With the referee's back turned, Richards seizes the opportunity and scores the pinfall victory. 6-person tag team match, Idol Stevens, KC James and Michelle McCool vs. Brian Kendrick, Paul London and Ashley Massaro. The match starts with the high-flying champions, utilizing their speed and agility to take an early advantage. They execute quick tags, focusing on his arm, applying various holds and strikes to weaken him. Even JBL, on commentary, notes James' resemblance to wrestling legend Bobby Eaton. Idol Stevens, seeing his partner in trouble, yanks down the ropes, sending London spilling to the floor with a nasty thud. This shifts the momentum, and London becomes the face in peril. Michelle McCool, seizing an opportunity, delivers a humiliating slap to London, drawing boos from the crowd. Despite the relentless onslaught, London fights back, showcasing his resilience. He dodges a double team move and London finally makes the hot tag to Kendrick. Kendrick enters the ring like a house on fire, taking down both Stevens and James with a flurry of kicks and clotheslines, clearing the way for Ashley Viscera to go after McCool. Ashley tackles Michelle, and the two women roll around, trading blows. KC James tries to come to Michelle's aid, but Kendrick catches him with a sunset flip off the top rope. The combined impact of the sunset flip and the drop salt is enough to keep James down for the count. Chavo Guerrero with Vickie Guerrero versus Tatanka. The match begins with Chavo Guerrero gaining an early advantage, using his technical prowess to target Tatanka's leg. Chavo employs a series of leg locks and strikes, effectively grounding the powerful Tatanka and preventing him from utilizing his strength. Tatanka rallies the crowd and begins his comeback. He powers through Chavo's offense, delivering a series of hard-hitting chops and punches that send Chavo reeling. Tatanka's momentum builds, and he sets up for his signature move. Tatanka hits the end of the trail, only getting a 2 count. Taking advantage of the distraction, he surprises Tatanka with a swift bulldog. Chavo ascends to the top rope and executes a picture-perfect frog splash, and the referee counts the 3, securing the victory for Chavo Guerrero. World Heavyweight Title match, King Booker with Queen Sharmell versus Dave. The match starts with Dave coming out strong, delivering a series of powerful moves that showcase his immense strength and aggression. Dave's early offense leaves King Booker reeling, but the resilient champion fights back, managing to hit the bookend. Dave, however, kicks out with authority. Feeling the pressure, Booker bails out of the ring, regrouping with Queen Sharmell. When we return, Sharmell distracts Dave just long enough for Booker to sneak in and ram Dave into the ring post. With the tide turned, Booker methodically works over Dave, targeting his back and legs to neutralize his power. Dave rallies, drawing energy from the fans as he makes a big comeback. He unleashes a flurry of strikes and power moves. As the momentum shifts, William Regal attempts to interfere. The referee gets distracted by the commotion, allowing Fit Finlay to sneak up on the apron and deliver a crushing blow to Dave's head with the shillelagh. Booker seizes the opportunity, collapsing on top of Dave for the pin, awarding the victory to King Booker, who retains his World Heavyweight title. After the match, Finlay continues his assault on Dave, delivering a brutal and unrelenting beating. Finlay, showing no mercy, mauls Dave with a ferocity that leaves the animal incapacitated. This vicious attack goes beyond the usual post-match beatdown, emphasizing Finlay's ruthlessness and setting the stage for further conflicts. Raw, 5 points. Edge and Lita talk to Shane McMahon to get John Cena fired. Edge and Lita's efforts to get Cena fired create significant tension, especially as Cena is offered a SmackDown contract, adding a major twist to the storyline. Randy Orton attacks Trish Stratus as she confirms her retirement to Carlito. This emotional segment with a surprising attack by Orton intensifies the drama surrounding Trish's retirement and Carlito's reaction. Tori Wilson versus Candice Michelle. Paddle on a pole match, a fun and entertaining match that showcases both women's competitive spirits. Melina and John Morrison explain why they turned on Mick Foley. This segment provides much-needed context and depth to their betrayal, enhancing their characters. Lita versus Mickie James for the WWE Women's Championship. A solid rematch with a predictable but satisfying outcome as Lita retains her title, continuing her recent reign and rivalry with Mickie, giving us 2 women matches for the night. ECW, 1 point. Kelly shows Balls Mahoney her puppies, a playful and quintessentially ECW segment that keeps the audience engaged with Kelly's character and antics. SmackDown, 3 points. Vickie Guerrero slaps Rey Mysterio. Vickie's escalating aggression towards Rey adds intensity to their storyline and cements her heel turn. Michelle McCool with KC James and Idol Stevens attack after Paul London and Brian Kendrick versus the Pitbulls. McCool's involvement in the tag team division and the post-match attack add layers to the ongoing rivalries and elevate her managerial role. King Booker with Queen Sharmell and Batista contract signing. The segment ends with King Booker going through a table, providing a dramatic and action-packed conclusion to the contract signing, setting the stage for their upcoming match. We